Hello Aquarius, Joe here for those of you that don't know me, and for those of you that do, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. This is March 2021. This is an open tarot reading, and what I mean by open is I'm not focusing on any one subject. It's up to the spirit of the universe and the cards to bring out a message, and hopefully I can interpret that and channel that in a way that speaks to your current circumstances, Aquarius. So if this is not for you, Aquarius, just leave it. It can't be for everybody. It can't be everybody's story. I felt like I had to pull two cards there. One fell out, and I felt like there was another one that needed to come out, and you have a leg up in community. So how interesting is that? This is probably going to be an interesting reading, Aquarius. So let's see what we get here, Aquarius, before we get into the tarot. A couple of side notes here, Aquarius, before we get into the tarot. If this reading is going to go over 10-12 minutes, I'm going to finish up on an extended reading. You can find that below in the description box over at Patreon. And I just literally opened up my Patreon to the public. So if you're interested in extended readings and other good stuff, I think that you're going to enjoy it. And not only that, but the first 40 people that subscribe to tier 2 or 3 will get a free personal reading from me. So that is officially kind of getting going. March 15th is my official launch date, but I did open up registration early for people who want to get a free reading. So Aquarius, enough of that gibberish. Let's talk about this. Aquarius, I feel like some of you are in the healthcare industry, and I think some of you have been feeling the brunt of the pandemic and COVID and that type of thing. For others of you, there may be sometimes I get more than one storyline or more than one message, but I really do feel like with the leg up in community, and I'm going to explain why, but you have leg up and you have community, and I think that you're having to rely on those close to you to kind of get through like this really challenging time. And you have this Celtic spirit guide blessing coming through, a blessing for those who are nearing their final breath. So you may be in healthcare, you may be in that kind of environment where you are caring for others who are sick. You're caring for others who are in their health and their physical condition is not very good, and it's wearing on you, and it's causing a strain on your well-being to a degree. For others of you, you are dealing with maybe an aging parent or something along that line, and it's like you need the help of those around you with the leg up in community. You need to lean on others and rely on others to help you through this time. So definitely an interesting message here coming through. We'll see what the tarot has to say about it, though. This could be an entirely separate side message, or this could really tie into the tarot. We'll see. I never know where these are going to go. So and you have connect with nature, Aquarius. So when you're feeling drained, when you're feeling strained, when you're feeling like you're starting to feel vibrationally low, like your batteries are low, like you need a recharge or something like that, this connect with nature. I mean, it's like just getting outside and going for a walk. If you're in a warmer climate, walk barefoot, feel the grass beneath your feet. If you have pets or something like that, really just spend time nurturing your pets. Volunteer at a shelter, adopt an animal from a shelter or something. But like whatever it is, whatever connect with nature means to you, I think this is saying that that's where you're going to find like a little bit of healing and some time out, some quiet time. Because the planet Earth here is like a life-giving force. I mean, it sustains us, and we need to stay connected to that. So Aquarius, let's see what is in the tarot. You have the Seven of Cups and the Empress. Wow. Whoa, okay, so and the Knight of Wands. Aquarius, you really are feeling very I'm trying to find the right words, but I think definitely some of you, somebody that's watching this is in the healthcare industry, and they're seeing like the cycle of life and death kind of repeat before their eyes, and I think it's causing you to question so many different things on a whole nother level. The Seven of Cups, I think you're kind of like wondering why life is the way it is. Like, what's the point of being here? What is the meaning of all of this? What's the meaning of like having joy and then having pain? What is the meaning of seeing people's life cycles? People born into the world and people leaving this world. And I think that you're feeling a little troubled. I think you're really having like an existential crisis of some sorts. It's like you are the Seven of Cups. It's like I think that you are really just feeling very confused about the meaning of life in general. And the Empress is here, and it's like you see beautiful things birth into this world, but you also see like the not so nice side, and particularly that's like the end of life. It's like that is where you have a hard time understanding how it's like something so beautiful can be brought into this world, and then how it can just maybe end tragically, or it can end on a very hard to accept note. I guess that's the only way I can put it here. So I do feel like you are having this like this meaning of life crisis. Like, what the hell is the meaning of life? Like, why am I here? Why am I seeing this? Why am I witnessing this? Why are we all going through this? And I think it troubles you right now. I think you've been through a lot in the last year that it's really had a monumental impact on your spiritual understanding of things. And I think you're feeling like you're left with more questions than you have answers ever before, because Aquarius, it's like you are the thinker, you are the one who's like the observer and figures things out, who thinks differently, who's able to like put things together differently. And I think that you're having a hard time with this. So going into March, you have the Knight of Wands, and you have the King of Swords, and you have the Knight of Pentacles. I think some of you are thinking like you need to get out of what you're doing altogether. The Five of Pentacles, even though Aquarius, I think many of you like have that healing quality. I think it's like it's taking its toll on you. Yeah, you want to move on to something different. And I said that. And the Six of Swords, it's like you want to find a different path in life. You want to find a different route. You want to find something else that isn't so hard on you, Aquarius. So anyway, you have the Knight of Wands. I feel like going into March, you're kind of like in between. Like, it's like what I'm doing now, I don't know that I can keep doing this. I want to move on to something that feels like I'm fulfilling my life purpose. And you're left here thinking about things like, what am I going to do? Like, what is best for me? What is the best for Aquarius? I think you're really deciding to make like some of you might even like be kind of borderline considering an impulsive decision, or just altogether just doing something different. The Knight of Wands, I feel that this is like put a strain on you. So I definitely feel like someone out there watching this is a nurse or a healthcare worker in some fashion and is struggling with things. Some of you are dealing with somebody close to you that has either gone to the other side, has transitioned to the other side of the veil, or is about to, or is on their way. And that's where you're finding all this troubling emotions and troubling thoughts. And the King of Swords, you're so deep in thought. I almost see this as like you thought you had life figured out, and maybe not figured out, but like you had a way of thinking and viewing things. And I think that now you're just so conflicted, Aquarius. This is an interesting reading. Excuse me. You have the Knight of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles. I do feel like you want to go on to something else. I think that the Knight of Pentacles is like you've weighed your options. You're considering going in a whole nother direction, but you're hesitant. It's like you want to do it, but you're hesitant. You have the Knight of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles here, so I feel like what you've been through has taken its toll on you, and I think it's left you feeling kind of vacant, empty. It's like stripped you of like your quality of life because it has worn on you so heavily. You have the Seven of Wands here and the Six of Swords. So I think you might actually feel like you have to fight your way out of this. You're gonna struggle with moving on from this situation. If you're going through a situation where somebody close to you is sick and not doing well, you might feel like this is just overall it's a struggle and you're really battling a lot of things internally. But for those of you that want to get away from what you're doing in your work, your career, you might feel like you have to fight your way out of this. Like you might have to fight yourself to actually do this. So it's like this man versus man crisis of sorts. You know, it's like you're gonna do it, but I think that if you're considering like moving on, you're going to do it, but you're gonna have a hard time allowing yourself to do it. But I think once you do, the Six of Swords, I did feel like before we even pulled this card that like you were looking toward a better future, doing something different, being in a different environment, something that isn't so harsh and hard on you, Aquarius. So that's the basis of your reading. But I'm going to go into the extended reading now, and we're going to talk about, you know, the possibilities for March, like what are some of the potential outcomes, maybe, what's most likely to be the theme for you in March ahead of you as you go through this. You might go through this in March, and then in April you find yourself like finally getting out of this. I don't know. Keep in mind, time frames aren't like set in stone. Some of this could have already played out and you're already on your way out the door. You know, there's just so many different possibilities here. So I'm going to explore this further in the extended. So if that interests you, check the link below. And I thank you for joining me. Have a great rest of your day.